Hello.
Hello. Tom, welcome back to Action. First one, I want to start with, you saw Tybura earlier this week and immediately asked him why he wasn't fat anymore. Were you surprised that he was a bit more svelte coming into fight week?
I think he's still got that skinny fat thing going though. I think he might be hiding a little belly under there. No, he looks in good shape. He looks in good shape, to be honest with you. I think it's a big fight for him. It's a big fight for me as well, obviously. And we've both trained hard for it by the looks of things. And you can tell with his physique.
Yeah. I feel like this is a commentary on your ability as well, but a lot of people are counting him out. They're not really giving him a lot of chance. For the outsiders that don't appreciate it, what does he do well that we don't realise?
He does a lot of things well, and I don't understand why people are counting him out, because he's won 7 of his last 8 in the rankings as a heavyweight. That's a pretty good record, mate, if you ask me. And he's very durable. He doesn't quit, which is pretty rare for a heavyweight. Usually when heavyweights start to get a little bit tired, they start to look for a way out, and he definitely doesn't. He's got loads and loads of experience, and I've took him extremely, extremely seriously.
You mentioned he doesn't like to quit and go away. Are you sort of expect him to be the guy that can put him out and show that you are maybe a bit levels above?
Yes.
How excited are you for Sunday morning to not be asked about your knee again?
Oh, mate, I can't wait to never be asked about my knee again. That's going to be excellent. I'm going to be moving around in there nice on Saturday night and show everyone that we are at full health and everything's recovered, mate. I feel good. I feel great. And yeah, I'm fucking sick of talking about the knee, mate, to be honest with you.
Are you still going by Tommy Two Legs, or did Bisping?
No, Bisping put me off when he called me a paedophile. So
that'd do it.
I want to stay away from that register, that sex offenders register. I don't want to be linked to that at all. So staying away from that, mate.
Good career choice. If you could win this fight by go-go plata, running knee, or flying arm triangle, how would you win it?
Probably running knee. The others, yeah, heavyweights aren't doing the others, so yeah, that suits me.
Your old mate Tyson Fury is fighting Francis Ngannou soon. What are your thoughts on that fight, and how do you see Tyson and Francis matching up?
I think Ngannou's got a puncher's chance, but it's a very, 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 very small puncher's chance, very slim chance. As someone who has sparred Tyson a lot and seen Tyson up close, sparring a lot, and seen him fight up close, I think that someone with the inexperience of someone like Francis Ngannou, it's going to be really tough. Obviously, he punches like an absolute truck, and if you put Francis Ngannou in there with anybody and tell him that he's allowed to punch him, he's got a chance against anybody. But Tyson Fury is a master of what he does, and it's going to be a tough night for Ngannou, I think.
Have you spoken to Tyson about the fight?
Yeah, I spoke to him. He called me the other day. He asked if I'll help him with training and stuff. So we'll see how it goes, mate. We'll see how it all goes. You know, I've got a busy schedule myself, so we'll be in touch again after my fight's over with.
Last one from me. You know, last time you did this and the knee and everything kind of blew up. How excited are you to go out there on Saturday and hear no again? I'm
excited for that. I can't wait for that. I just want to fight again, mate. I'm really happy actually this time. I've missed it more than I realised until I actually got to fight week. Like, I'm really, really happy to be here, really grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to it, mate. Can't wait.
Tom, over to your left. No one wants to be on an injury layoff, but were there benefits to being off for that length of time in terms of progressing your game, finally sort of tuning your skills for this upcoming fight?
I mean, it gave me a lot of time to get everything right in my life. Before, I don't know, I think I'm kind of a superstitious guy, and if everything's going well, I don't really want to change stuff, even if I know it's wrong, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, well, that made sense to me before, but I feel like I've really changed a lot inside and outside of the gym, inside and outside of fighting, and I think that this time has given me loads of chance to work with loads of good heavyweights in training, make sure that my body's looked after and good, make sure that I'm well rested and that I'm in a good place mentally. And mate, I can sit up here all day and talk about it, how good I am, but ultimately I have to show it on Saturday, and that's what I intend on doing.
We had Molly McCann in here earlier, and she was talking about how her career was going at like 100 miles an hour, then she had a setback, and now she feels a lot calmer, and things seem to be coming at her at a slightly slower speed. She's seeing things a lot better now. Is that going to be a similar case with yourself, do you think?
I don't know. It's just a fight, mate, to me. I'm going in there fighting with someone, and it's irrelevant as to what pressure's on me and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going in there to do a sport, and I just look forward to that.
Looking to make a big statement, get a big win this weekend. Heavyweight division is absolutely wide open. There's a clutch of contenders who are all about to be in big matchups coming up. Obviously, there's yourself. Who else in that heavyweight division would you say are the most dangerous contenders who you might have to face before you get
There's
shot?
absolutely loads, mate. There's loads. I don't really want to miss anyone off, but the ones who stand out are like, obviously, this Pavlovich, who's ranked number 1 at the moment. He's like, on paper, the number 1 contender. You got loads of dangerous guys, mate. Like, obviously, there's Sirogan, Spivak fighting. There's Tuivasas fighting Volkov. Like, these are all obviously, there's Almeida and Blades. Like, these guys are good, mate. It's not like 10 years ago when they were all old, fat heavyweights who were just standing there punching each other. These are like guys who are not even in the prime yet. So I think we got an exciting 10 years ahead of us in the heavyweight division. It's going to be a great time.
And how far off from a title fight do you think a big win, a big stoppage win this weekend will put you?
Well, heavyweight MMA kind of has its own rules, in my opinion. If I'm like ranked number 5 and I fight ranked number 10, which is what's happening, and I lie on him for 5 rounds and it's a boring fight, it's not really going to move me up at all. But if I go out there and knock him out in 30 seconds with some crazy spinning elbow, like, that's going to put me as a number 1 contender. And that's just the way it works, mate. It doesn't always come down to rankings. It's like impressive performances. So it all depends on how the fight goes Saturday. What kind of finish am I going to get? What kind of win am I going to get? How the fight's going to go? I don't know. We'll just see.
Last one from me. When you've spoken to us in the past and you've talked about wanting to fight John Jones one day, but back then you said you weren't ready. Do you think you're ready now?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just to go off the back of that, John Jones is going to be fighting Stipe Miocic. What do you think about that matchup? How do you think it goes down?
I think it's interesting. I think it's difficult to pick a winner, really, because Stipe now is getting a little bit long in the tooth, I would say. He's got a lot of miles on the clock, and he hasn't fought for like 2 or 3 years now, and that's going to be difficult. Oscar, can you move your head, please? I can't see the lady behind you. Thank you. He's just getting his head in the way. He's very rude. And yeah, I think it's difficult to know where Stipe's at this point. Whereas John Jones, we know exactly where he's at. He's just had a great performance. So it's heavyweight MMA. You can never say exactly what's going to happen at obviously the highest level. But I would say that John Jones has the edge, definitely.
And do you see John Jones sticking around for much longer after that fight?
I hope so. Like, that's my dream fight. My goal in the future moving forward is not only to win, but like, I want to excite John Jones. Like, I want him to look at me and think, I keep saying it in interviews and stuff, but at this point, he probably doesn't know who I am. He probably doesn't. And I'm like, that's fine. But I want him to watch me fight in the next few fights and think, I need to stick around for this guy. Like, this guy deserves, I need to test. I want him to look at me and think, I need to test myself against this guy, and be excited about guys like me coming through and want to take that challenge.
How do you see yourself matching up with John Jones?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Tom, when you're doing a job that you love to do, obviously it's an amazing thing, it's an amazing feeling, but when that opportunity is then taken away from you, whether it be through injury or other things, it can be a really difficult thing for your mental health. How did you find this last year in terms of mentally not being able to do that job that you love to do?
I found it pretty difficult, mate, to be honest. After a couple of months, I was all right, maybe less. The toughest bit was not being able to walk for me. And like you say, at first I was like, I didn't know how long I was going to be out for. It's all right. Even like losing a fight, mate, say I got knocked out or I lost a points decision or whatever, you know that in 3 months you're going to get another crack at it. Whereas with me, it was like, I didn't know when I was going to be able to train again, didn't know when I was going to be able to fight again, and it was a tough time, mate. Mentally, it's a really tough thing to suffer an injury in front of millions of people and be sat at home on your own, unable to walk. Like, that's quite tough.
Was there anything that was a springboard for you to kind of start feeling better about it, or was it simply once your body started healing, your mind started feeling better? Once
I was able to start the rehab process and stuff, I was all right, because I literally treated it like a training camp. Getting back to getting my knee right, and my physio, he'd always give me like 2-week goals. So it'd always be like, right, in 2 weeks you need to be doing this. So it always like give me something to look forward to and stuff. So I really had great people around me to help me get back to where I am, and I really kept everything good in terms of what I was putting in my body, the rest I was taking. Like, I think you can tell from my physique now that I didn't just get fat over the time that I was away. Like, I took everything really serious, mate. I probably took, honestly, the rehab process more serious than I've taken any training camp, and I'm not even joking. Like, I put all good stuff in my body, took the right rest, hypnotherapy, like I did everything to get back better than when I left.
Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks,
Best
mate.
of luck.
All good?
Tom, just down here, sorry. I know you said that you don't want to speak about the knee injury too much, and you're kind of sick of speaking about it. But you're already known as being one of the most athletic fighters across any weight class. Do you think that there's going to be a bit of surprise from the people to see how different you look post-surgery?
Yeah. A lot of people, well, the close people to me know that I was getting through these training camps and fights, mate, with one leg. And that's not over-exaggerating. So I think me with 2 legs is definitely has a lot more to offer than me with 1 leg. So I think it will surprise a few people the way I move around the Octagon on Saturday.
Does that obviously include your kicking game? I'm guessing that's something that's evolved over the...
Yeah, not just kicking though. There's all kinds of stuff there's certain movements I couldn't do. I couldn't grapple for too long. Like, I was barely grappling at all before. Like, I would be on my knees for half an hour. I'd have to stop training because my knee would be swollen. So that's gone. And I've done some great training with great heavyweights for the full camp. It's not been like we've had the odd heavyweight. Every single day, mate, I've got heavyweights to train with, which is pretty rare thing. So I'm really happy about that and how my body feels responding to that as well.
And I know you mentioned it there about the physio and how seriously you took that. You mentioned that during that time you were asking your physio to set you goals for you to hit. How important do you think that was to do that during the recovery?
Well, me personally, I need a goal. Otherwise, I'm just like treading water. It's just boring. And that's when I do start getting a bit down in the dumps, and that when I'm just stuck doing nothing with it, like aimlessly going through life, I don't really like that stuff. Like, I need something to work towards. So it's very important for me.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.